Hey, it's okay. Back again. I'm inking still the Tales from the Crypt Keeper Halloween edition. Uh, and I just, it's gotta say, I was drawing this and I come back after I finished, penciling it. It's like, oh my gosh, that is Nancy Wheeler from Stranger Things. And I pulled up her picture over here just so you could, you know, get that comparison that I saw. And I just wanted to say I had no intention of drawing her in there. I just feel like it happened. I'm so excited for Stranger Things season 2. I am going to be just binge watching that whenever it comes out, October 27th. Next Friday, 1 week from now. Well, yeah, really soon. So you might be watching this at a later date, so it might already be out. But anyways, from a week from today, I'm going to be watching Stranger Things season 2. Anyway, here's the previous inking. If you are subscribed, then you probably saw that one yesterday. This is today's little panel I'm inking. It is what I would call Nancy Wheeler from Stranger Things talking on the phone on her bed, being Nancy Wheeler, before she was nice to the boys. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and ink this and talk to you while I ink it. Let's see. If you haven't noticed or heard already, my website is now out. It is officially up and running. It's johnrossart.com, and then you go into the Okayokayokok comic shop. You can easily find it if you go to my DeviantArt page, which is in the description below. It's basically where you can find all the comics I've done. You can easily search through them, find out what each comic is about and what's inside of them, kind of what the themes are, what other comics are kind of like it. Maybe you already have one and you're like, oh, I want another comic like this. Well, this should make it very easy for you to find another one. The other big news is we have 10,000 views on the channel. Yes, we are so close to what is it? I have to reach 10,000 subscribers. Yeah, I've got 100. Woo! So I only need what is that? 90,000 more or something. I can't do math and draw at the same time. Is that physically possible to use both sides of your brain while you're doing? Anyways, yeah. So we have 10,000 views on the channel, and what is it? 100 subscribers. Yes, exactly 100. So if you want to subscribe and make that 101, feel free. It would help. So this is a teenager from Tales from the Crypt Keeper Halloween edition, and so she is giving this mom some attitude. She's kind of a valley girl, typical teenage girl, and she's in trouble. And we've got little girl over here who's looking like 11, just ready to kill some people. He's like, Christ, Mom, give me a break. You're freaking out over an imaginary friend. Mom, no, he's not. He's not imaginary. So that's the panel. Voice acting, my own lines right there. So we've got this comic coming out either October 30th or the 31st. I'm not sure which yet. It's a little too far out to know for sure, and I'm getting over the shingles. Sucks to have the shingles. I hope you never have them, and I hope you don't have them on your face like I did. I had them on the right side of my face, and it affected my right arm and my hands. I lost the ability to use my hands for 2 or 3 days, and it made life just suck for me because my my life is drawing, and I love to draw, and could not do that. My head just felt like I had been in a car wreck, and my arm felt like my bones were burning from the inside. Just like shingles is where your nerves are just under attack or something like that. It's very odd feeling and painful, very odd pain. I knew like the first 2 days where I was starting to feel symptoms, I was getting sick. I knew something was wrong with me because I was down here working, drawing, and I was just like sinking down into my chair, like, oh, I cannot go on. I was like trying to push through it, like I typically do, because I just love to draw, and I'll be down here drawing even when I don't feel good. And so, anyways, as I was saying, that was kind of scary, not knowing that I was sick and it was not just like a normal cold. That's a scary thing to, whenever you're sick and you're like, crap, this is not a cold. I don't know what this is, because I don't have like a sore throat. My nose isn't running, and yet I feel like I have the flu. Something is not right. And then you're like, oh, this is bad. I was like, oh crap, I hope I don't have cancer or something. I immediately jump to cancer every time. And that's what happens after you have cancer. You're like paranoid that it's going to come back and ruin your life again. So anyways, it was not cancer, it was shingles. And I found that out because the third day after feeling like I had the flu or something, a big rash appeared on my neck, and it hurt. It feels like a mix between poison ivy and like cat scratches. Like if you like got in a fight with a cat and it just clawed the hell out of you. That's what it feels like. It also feels like you've been burned some. Like people have said it feels like a sunburn, and yeah, it does. That's probably on the recovery side of it. Like when it's mostly gone, that's when it feels like a sunburn. I mean, parts like the not really affected parts of my body felt like I had a sunburn sometimes. Like it's on my face, and yet the side of my ribs kind of really felt tender and just like they've been through a little bit of a burn or something. Like driving in the car, I was like, I cannot use the this was before the rash showed up, and this was before I knew I had shingles. I was like, I cannot put my arm on the armrest. It like is really bothering me just putting my arm on the armrest, and I didn't know why. So it's like something weird is going on, and it's not good. And that's always scary. You want to know what's wrong with you when something's wrong. Like it's never good when you're feeling reassured when you're sick, and it's like, oh shoot, it's only a cold. I'll be good after a week or so. Even though colds suck. I hate getting sick so much. Alright, so here she's in her shirt, she's on her bed, she's talking on her phone, she's also talking to her mom. We're going to do a few strands of hair, kind of cascading down. Here, we're gonna have to darken this hair so it looks like it's coming from behind her hair, kind of in the back over there. All right, that's pretty good. Looking natural. Hair strokes. I'm gonna curve some hair over here. Let's see what Nancy Wheeler looks like again. Okay, so it's not exactly her hairstyle, but I think this hairstyle is a little closer. Oh gosh, she's very skeletal. very prominent jawbones in this shot. Don't have that prominent in this drawing, but anyways, moving forward, we got to give her some I guess some weight to her boobs down here. That's so she needs some kind of curve there to give it some weight. Weight these boobs down a little bit. Alright, so that's a double line. We don't want a double line. There we go. Alright, so now she is shirted, and we're moving on to her arm. Okay. I don't know if I ever talked about Stranger Things. I think I talked about it a little bit. Wait, no, not Stranger Things. I mean It. I don't know if I talked about It. It felt like Stranger Things 2.0. But I know Stranger Things was like, you know, it was based on stories and movies from that time period. So of course it's going to feel similar. They probably got a little inspiration from who are these brothers that did the movie? I don't remember, but anyways, I am really looking forward to Stranger Things 2. I'm not really looking forward to It 2. I'm certain they're going to be making a sequel to It because, you know, I feel like I heard that it did amazingly well at the box office. And whenever a movie does that well at the box office, of course they're going to make a sequel, especially this day and age. And, you know, I'm kind of interested in seeing a sequel, but I don't know if it's going to be as good as Stranger Things 2. They're really making Stranger Things 2 look good, and they did a really good job with the first one. So I'm super pumped to watch it on, what was it, next week? Okay, I am just like stroking this shirt to death over here. But I'm nervous that this is looking weird. Like her shirt is... Does that look right? I don't know. Let's just say it does. Maybe putting it this way will look more normal. Kind of looks like she's got another... That's a lot of boob, I guess. Maybe too much boob. So let's cut down the boob a little bit. Alright. I'll come back and fix that later. So we're moving on to the arm. An arm. Second line to the arm. Big swift strokes. Okay, good. Hand. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but there is a contest giveaway going on for the official release of the website. It's to celebrate the website, to celebrate the upcoming comic, it's to celebrate Halloween, the best month of the year, October. And yeah, if you want to go over onto my website, this is the journal on my DeviantArt profile. It's the treasure hunt giveaway. You can click on this website right here, and that'll take you to the Okayokayokok comic shop. Yeah, that's the new website I've put out. The other good news is we've reached enough views on my profile channel on YouTube to start looking at making money through ads on YouTube. Maybe, I don't know. This is something that is like a long-term goal I've kind of dreamt of, getting ad money from somewhere without kind of infringing on you, keeping it out of the comics, but getting ad money somehow. I don't know what the future holds for Okayokayokok comics, but I want to make them cheaper for you guys. I want to make it easier to obtain the comics, and that's through ads. getting money from somewhere, but anywhere other than you guys. That's what I'm trying to do, and hopefully YouTube will be the vessel to give me that extra ad money, and that way I won't have to take it from you. I won't have to charge the normal prices. I'm already charging like very low prices for the kind of content that I'm offering, and I've tried to keep it as low as I can. If you like shop the market, like these types of comics don't benefit from ads or major publishers picking up on them, so they kind of have to be more expensive, and they have to make it worthwhile for the artist and the middleman. I try to cut out the middleman and give you cheaper comics, and that's why a lot of the comics you get from me are cheaper than most of the other comics that are on the market. And the other issue is quality. You might find a cheaper comic this nature out there, but I don't think the quality is going to be as good. That's what I've tried to give, really good quality comics. I put a lot of effort and energy and into them, and I put a lot of effort and energy into growing as an artist and developing my skills and making a better product. And I hope you guys can see that. I know if you are interested in the Sanderson stepsisters, you've seen a crazy development in my skills over the past 4 or 5 years. I think it's kind of neat to look at the Sanderson stepsisters, the early issues, because you can definitely tell that it was like the first comics, the first few non-commissioned comics of my career, and they're not that well illustrated. Like there's a big difference. I think it's neat to look at them and see like, oh man, because I look at it and I kind of feel like how I do when I see other artists who are growing. I see like, oh man, I see some potential in it. I see like, you keep working on this and it's going to get better. And if you want to see, how much better you can get, if you just keep working on it, keep practicing, I feel like the Sanderson Stepsisters is an amazing series to just look at from an artistic point of view and see the difference that practice can make. There's a huge difference from issue 1 to issue 13. And we'll be finishing up the series next year with issue 14. Okay, she is done, and maybe next time we'll draw this little 11 girl. She doesn't actually have any of the powers 11 does, but I just think it's funny. She has that expression that 11 does. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy this upcoming comic, and I will catch you later.